Namaste, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Tyen. If you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome, 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 everyone. I am going to go ahead and do this read a little bit different. This is a channeled message for Divine Masculine. And I really was led by spirit to do this for the collective, to tap into the energies. I've been speaking to so many divine feminines that have been purging. I've been waking up, you guys, literally, and this is no exaggeration to the stretch of anybody's imagination right now, but I am very serious. I woke up in sweats for the last 4 nights. Now, in addition to this, I am going to say that I have been taking elderberry, which is a diaphoretic and a diuretic, and so that could be a possibility, but I didn't have any elderberry last night, which is also known as sambucus. I have not taken any of that tea, and I still woke up still drenched. So I don't know. It could be still in my system since I've been drinking it all day, every day for the last week or two, but one day off and I'm still waking up with sweat. I am thinking that this is an ascension symptom. I'm a doctor. Yeah, it shouldn't stay in my system within 24 hours the next day and I'm still drenched when I wake up from out of my sleep. So I believe this is one of the symptoms that a lot of divine feminines are going through as we are going through this passage of time on this timeline in our ascension process. So, of course, you know your girl had to connect with source and figure out what is really going on, right? So we're purging, and as we're purging the divine masculines, they're going through their karmic cycles that are completing. Okay, so this is the end and the completion of those karmic cycles with the karmics. Now, let me tell you, just because there is an ending of a karmic cycle with the divine masculine doesn't necessarily mean that divine masculine is going to make his way back to you. Okay? Divine masculine is going through so much right now. And as you can see, I've already laid the cards down and I will go over them in detail with you. But divine masculine is going through so much right now that divine masculine is also needing to do the work as well, as far as the spiritual work that is necessary for him to heal. So he may not come back to you right after he ends that karmic cycle, because there's still a lot of debris, you guys. The dust needs to settle. Okay, this is a divine union. It doesn't work and it doesn't operate like 3D unions. Most of the time when your 3D counterpart or mate, soulmate gets out of a relationship, they are automatically sometimes drawn back to you. It's not necessarily the case with twin flames. Okay, I'm here to tell you that now. Sometimes divine masculine has so much guilt and shame from the hurt and the harm and the injury that he has inflicted upon you that chances are they're probably going to end up choosing to work on themselves and to heal themselves, because divine masculine is wounded right now. Divine masculine is going through his spiritual Armageddon. All right? This is Bible prophecy, you guys. This is what the people in the Bible have been talking about, and we're now living and facing that time. This is divine masculine's doom and gloom. And not only is it divine masculine's doom and gloom, but it's divine feminine's doom and gloom too, because it's difficult for us to not be in partnership with the ones that we love. Our divine counterpart, the other half of our soul, and we have to face life problems and situations now on our own. We don't have our protector there to protect our homes. A lot of us have children by our divine masculines, and so we're raising these kids by ourselves. It reminds me of what it said in the book of Timothy, where it says that women will be basically single mothers. Okay? It's in the Bible. It said that women will be raising children by themselves. It says that people will be marrying and being given into marriage, right? But it also talked about the divided household. That's in the Bible too. There's a lot of divided households right now. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get into this energy and go ahead and call on some help. I call on air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and ether. And I also call upon the highest of the highest of the high, which is Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh, who will be able to give me the information that is necessary for this beautiful reading in all directions, time and space, past, present, and future. So the first card I'm looking at here talks about new supportive connections. So Divine Masculine is in his head space right now. He is in his head like he ain't never been in his head before. So Divine Masculine is really thinking about energetic bonds that are mutual and ones that have a energetic exchange, something that pays off in the long run. Okay, something that has magnetic energy, like the energy that he felt or feels for Divine Feminine. All right, I believe now more so than ever, he is craving the mutual interest, the kindred spirits that you two are. Okay, Divine Masculine has had enough time to figure out what he wants. Divine Masculine is not stupid. And remember that Divine Masculine can be male or female. It is not gender specific. For those of you that are new to my channel, I just like to make sure that I throw that out there so I don't have anyone asking me any questions about it later. All right. And also, please be advised that this is a general read. If you're looking for something a little bit more specific to your situation, please check out my description box and you will be able to find something that your soul guides you to. And we'll go from there. Back to the reading. You also have the next card, which is Discovery. It's about his intentions. His intentions right now is to rediscover himself and to tap into his hidden resources. I believe that Divine Masculine is definitely waking up. Okay, and in his awakening, he's discovering some hidden talents that weren't necessarily there before. And if you look at the second picture up at the top, the first row, he's mining for gold. He has one piece that he can't take his eyes off of. That represents Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine is that one piece of gold that he just can't take his eyes off of. No matter how much he tries to self-medicate through substances, through alcoholism, through pornography, he just cannot, for the life of him or her, stop thinking about Divine Feminine. Because he's not supposed to. And in his discovery, he's starting to realize how much of a healer he really is, because Divine Masculine has been transmuting and transforming some shit. And it's not been a cakewalk for Divine Masculine. It's not been easy. Divine Masculine has truly been through the valley in the shadow of death. And I am saying this in a much utmost loving way that I can possibly convey it. He has been through the depths of Hades. And he's trying to find his way out. This is truly his Armageddon. And I say this because we are all experiencing Armageddon right now. This is a deep reading. So I ask if you're easily triggered or if you're not spiritually grounded to click off my video. Because I'm about to get deeper and I've only just scratched the surface. I've only just begun. This is a sacred journey. We have lower entities. We have demons. We have ghouls. We have all different types of negative energies that are trying to stop this union. And Divine Masculine has been used since time immemorial to weaken the Divine Feminine through love. A lot of Divine Feminines have put a guard around their heart. They've been in a Two of Swords energy for the longest because They've not been able to let anyone else in because divine masculine have been that successful in breaking them down. Whether it's been unbeknownst to divine masculine or not, it still doesn't take away the fact that it's been done and it is being done on a regular and consistent basis. Divine masculine, your third card here is stuck energy in reverse. Now, the good thing about this card is that the damn card is in reverse. And you're not still in that stuck energy. You are moving, you are shifting out of this stuck energy. And the reason why is because the situation that you were stuck in is beginning to shift because divine intervention has crept in. You're finally finding the light at the end of the tunnel. You're finally finding the power to free yourself from a big upheaval that is about to occur in your life. There is about to be a divine shakeup in such a way between you, divine masculine, and your karmic that outweighs any outer circumstances that you could have ever involved yourself in. Right now, divine masculines are releasing their hold that has been put upon them by the karmics. They have been in the karmics' grips. Divine masculines have chosen for so long to not be happy in order to entertain other people's happiness. And now, living for other people is no longer on the menu. Now the sun has risen to dry up the mud so you can walk in the right direction and walk away from this relationship. Today, right here, right now, this now moment, or tonight, depending on what side of the world you are on listening to this channeled message. This is the perfect time for you to get to walking. Because you have stepped into your Armageddon. This is your spiritual war. This is your spiritual battle. And you are a soldier at war, metaphorically speaking, and symbolically speaking, and spiritually speaking. Next, you have the true love card. This is no true love. You knew this from the very beginning that this wasn't true love, but you entertained it anyway because your inability to be able to transform and transmute your negative energy and work on your shadow side and transmute and transform it into the light. You did not want to do the work, so you entertained fool's gold. This is the reason why with the second card, discovery, you keep on looking at the way that divine feminine is shining. Because there is no comparison to her. No one can compare to her. No one can walk in her shoes. No one can even fit her shoes to begin to even try to walk in them. And you have come to those consensus of knowing that this wasn't true love after all. Your own inability to not love self has attracted partners that have used you, abused you, disrespected you. There were spiritual vampires that were taking and taking and taking from your generosity because you do have a good heart. You do have a loving soul. And so you attract, just like a moth to a flame, those that do not have your best interests at heart, that use you and abuse you and put you in situations that are undesirable uncomfortable. You're lonely, even though you're with your karmic. You still think about divine feminine even though you're still with your karmic, because the karmic is not enough. So your day of reckoning has come. You know, there is a law of gender. If you ever get a chance to study the universal laws, you'll know when the law of gender is about balance more so than it is about sex. Okay? And in the law of gender, anything that is imbalanced, the universe is forced through the natural laws of existence to bring things back into balance. And so therefore, you've been stuck in this situation for so long that source energy had to do a divine shakeup on that behind in order for you to come into your senses. You see, I don't feel like you were following your intuition or your gut. I believe that you were following more of your logical mind, which at the time was pretty reasonable, until you discovered that there was something different about you. You know, you just wasn't wrapped the same way. You weren't cut from the same cloth as other people around you. That there was something special, there was something so unique and extraordinary about you. And even being with your karmic, you're not fulfilled. You're unhappy. You're sad. Because she doesn't love your soul. She doesn't know how to appeal to your soul. And she does not know how to mind your moods. She doesn't know how to feed your soul. Your soul is starving while your flesh, as much as you try to satisfy it with her, still is unfulfilled. Because you're not a spirit in a body. Your body has took possession of your spirit. Let that resonate. But instead of being soul food, she don't even get a chance to be called soul candy, because she didn't even get a chance to tantalize your soul enough, because your soul is bigger than you and knew that it wasn't going to be entertained by little pebbles of sweetness, because what sweets you ends up killing you. And your soul is more of an event soul, and it's higher than your body. From the moment that you got into this relationship, your soul kept trying to pull you into another direction, but because you were after true love outside of yourself, your soul allowed you to experience this, because this is part of your lesson. But you're coming out of that lesson because your soul is craving what is real, something that is genuine, that only can be given to you from the divine. And that's your divine feminine and your divine partnership. Now, this cycle is now ending. An irritating person is now moving away from you. Something problematic has also ended along with the situation. I feel like you've not been trusting your own power and your own strength, which has kept you stuck in this situation. Okay? Now, you have fear. I feel like that is what has also held you back, because you have been afraid to end this cycle, not trusting your power, your strength. That's what kept you stuck. And then in your deception, you have that in reverse, along with the fear in reverse, and both together. It just lets me know that there have been some strong influences of people that have been in your circle that have influenced your deception towards divine feminine. Well, guess what? They're leaving your life now, because those karmic cycles are being forced from out of your life and divine feminine's life. Negativity has been forced out at this now moment in time entirely. No matter how you feel, how hurt it will be. Just remember, you will have the upper hand in the end. You are more powerful than what you know. You have to own this source of power, okay? Stop giving your power away by staying in circumstances and situations that you know good and well doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you at all. But yet you still wallow in your sorrow and you feel sorry for yourself on a daily basis when the door is right there for you to walk out at any time. Do you comprehend? You're not stuck. You're just scared to trust spirit. You're scared of the unknown. But remember, when you got into this situation, it was the same set of emotions. Fear. The unknown. Fear of the unknown. But you walked through that door because your flesh wanted what your flesh wanted. And even though you got it, you still are not satisfied. And with the illusion of the drugs and the alcohol and whatever you may mix in the mix of it all to escape through your escapism, when you come back to reality, you're still faced with the same problem. So you might as well just face reality and remove the mask. I feel like a lot of you have had that mask on for so long that you've been caught up like a baby with it. And the ideal of change scares the shit out of you. Again, this is your Armageddon. You have to face your demons. You have to walk through the valley of shadow of death in order to get to the other side of your promised land. You have the sacred temple. Spirit, you are so on time. This means for you connection with source. A lot of divine masculines right now are connecting to the Akashic records. You're going through a rites of passage. You're starting to get downloads and you're starting to get glimpses of your past lives. A lot of you are starting to learn how to access your Akashic records. You guys are really up the ante, really progressing spiritually. I am really happy just tapping into the energy and feeling this out because you guys are starting to match the spiritual progression of divine feminine. You guys are catching up. Oh my God. This is the first time that I've tapped into the energy where I felt like you guys are even accessing the Akashic records, not just having glimpses, but you are learning how to read your past lives. That's amazing. So you've already entered into the temple. Now you have a lack of consciousness card, but you have it in reverse, which is another good thing. This is awesome. I'm really excited, like really honestly, you guys, for the divine masculine at this very moment that I am channeling for the collective. This is amazing where you are. This is to be commended. Really, I am so grateful and thankful that I listened to Source to channel this message. You're coming out of the lack of consciousness, the, not enoughness, that poor mentality or that lack mentality. I believe that right now you're gaining more of appreciation for, what Source has given you and the things that have entered into your life, such as divine feminine. So you are not looking like how you were looking at her. I feel like you didn't think that when you were in a relationship with her that she was even enough, and now you're starting to appreciate the fact that she was all that you asked for and more. I feel like with this very last card, this represents the Karmic, the loving woman in reverse, because you're starting to see that there's a disconnect here between the two of you. All right. I feel like the Karmic is working against you, doing things out of spite. Some things the Karmic is doing for attention because she's an attention seeker, or he. Take what resonates. But there is some form also for some of you divine masculines of blackmail. Wow. This card is showing up on your reading because it's time to let go. It's time for you to let go of this relationship because it is a false sense of security. You are never going to get out of this relationship what you're seeking. The only thing that you're going to get from this relationship is heartache and pain. You have stayed stuck in this relationship for way too long. For many of you, I feel like you've been dealing with this person for years, and then for some of you, you've been dealing with this person for months, and things have not changed. It has been a vicious cycle. I've already told you that this is a karmic cycle that has been completed. That means you can walk away now. That means you don't stay stuck. You're not stuck anymore. That means that if you stay in this situation, it's because you made a executive decision to do so, and that Mother, Father, God will probably bring some things into your life to rip this away from you. And you don't want that. It could be done willingly or it could be done by force. Don't wait for source energy or the universe to step in to course correct you on this situation, because it will not be pretty. It will not be a good outcome for you. You may lose a lot that you may not afford to lose, and you may not gain back. So at this now moment, while this information is set before you, this Armageddon can have you walking into your paradise. If you continue on the path that you're on, because I really feel like you are making progression. You are moving forward. A lot of divine masculines are coming out of these karmic cycles with their karmics. And then these karmics are basically being used by the universe as a test to divine masculine. This is only a test to bring up things to keep you stuck. And it's your choice if you want to entertain it and remain stuck there, or if you want to move forward with your divine feminine so you can receive your blessings on the other side of this, because your blessings is not with the karmics. It never will be. That's not your divine union. That's not part of your divine purpose and your life purpose or mission. Okay? Your mission is to ascend. When you get into these situations with these karmics, you guys become dark. You get filled with dark energy. You do dark shit. You don't do things that spirit wants you to do. You do things that you want to do. And a lot of you do fleshly things. Things that are cardinal. Things that are of the flesh. Things that are of the lower density. You do low vibrational stuff. But when you move onward and upward and you're doing things of the spirit, you do high vibrational stuff. You start having contact back with your divine feminine. You start making way back to divine feminine, talking about reuniting. And then you start getting your whole life in alignment. Then things start to come into your life where you're blessed along the way. And then here comes old karmic again, winding you and weaving you back into her web. And you fall for it every time. This time, are you going to go ahead and be strong enough and say no? Because this channeled message is a warning message for you. You're not going to keep on getting opportunities like this, where Source is going to lovingly guide you and course correct you off of the path of destruction. Because if you stay on this course, you will be led into your Armageddon, and it will be very much completely annihilation and destruction, which means that you no longer have a chance of getting it right anymore. With unconditional love, God can choose to be conditional by setting boundaries and saying enough. Do not allow for that door to be slammed on you, divine masculine, to where Source says enough. I've given you all the chances I can give you. I see that you're not going to listen, so at your word, because you have free will, but you're not free from the consequences. And I have come to the conclusion of the divine masculine's reading. Thank you guys for holding space for me, love, and light. It is a good karma to like, share, comment, subscribe, or leave a love donation if you feel inclined to. Or you can purchase a gift from my wish list from Amazon, and it will appear on the channel. I now wrap you in my love, and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. And